The Cosmere RPG is right around the corner, so here's some quick tips to help you get ready for your first session. Today we're talking about focus. Focus is a stat in the Cosmere RPG that defines your character's mental resolve. You use focus alongside many talents and abilities, both in and out of combat. Think of focus almost like spell slots, but much more encompassing. Your maximum focus is equivalent to 2 plus your willpower score, as well as any other bonuses or modifiers you may gain. You'll spend focus on almost every complicated thing you do in the Cosmere RPG. Simple things like skill tests and attacking don't require focus to complete, but more complicated versions of those things will. For example, a simple medicine check to assess a wound for an ally doesn't require focus to complete, but attempting to treat that wound using a medicine check will. Other complicated activities like talents or combat maneuvers usually come with a focus cost. Some paths and radiant orders come with benefits that mitigate or altogether remove these focus costs as you gain mastery over certain skills. For example, the warrior key talent Vigilant Stance reduces the focus cost of dodge and reactive strike by 1. In conversations and endeavors, the focus score of NPCs and players almost becomes a timer for success or failure. In a conversation with an NPC, successful persuasion rolls against amendable NPCs will wear down their focus. Once they run out, they'll be susceptible to the influence of the player character. This doesn't mean the NPC will do whatever the player wants, more that they'll make a decision on what they'll do as a result. Let's take a look at how focus will work in-game. For this live play example, we're joined by the cast of the Shard of Opportunity. The Shard of Opportunity is a 2-group actual play web series for the upcoming Cosmere RPG. One group, the Cannon Walkers, will be playing through the official Stormlight adventure Stonewalkers, while the second, the Loose Cannons, will be embarking on a Roshar-spanning homebrew campaign. Join their exciting ventures weekly on their YouTube channel. Links in the description below.
The Ghostblood agent lies on the ground, having just been thoroughly trounced by all of you, and you all stand over him now. I think your aim here was to figure out where to get the name of a local gang lord in the war camps. So this has moved from a combat encounter into a conversation endeavor. How do you guys want to approach this?
So he's down on the ground, but he's conscious?
He's down on the ground. He's conscious.
Okay.
And are probably now going to be interrogating him to figure out where this crime lord is holed up.
Well, after that devastating knee strike, I will stand over him, and I'm just going to go for straight intimidation.
Okay.
I'm just going to stand over him, put my hammer on his chest or something.
Yeah.
And just be like, tell us who you're working for.
Cool. As the one who hit him last with the hammer that brought him down, I'll give you advantage on that roll.
Here's that roll. Oh, okay. 14 roll, 17 total.
17 total. Yeah, that is extremely intimidating to him. He's still not going to tell you exactly where it is. He's keeping his mouth shut, but I'll say with that roll that you take out 2 of his focus. He has to spend 2 focus to resist your intimidation.
Got it.
Yeah, that was good. Anyone else want to try and pry this information out of the Ghostblood agent?
Yeah. Could Nimra, kneel down next to him, put her knife up to his throat, also an intimidation, just doubling up on this, and just be like, I don't think you heard what my friend was saying.
All right. Okay, we've got hammer on his chest. We've got knife to his throat. Go ahead and roll intimidation.
18.
18. All right.
She's tiny and she's terrifying.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that takes another 2 of his focus, and holy cow, he's out of focus. He is no longer able to resist you guys. He has to tell you something. He's not quite yet willing to give up all the information, but he says, if you go to the alleyway in Sadius's camp behind the monastery, there's an abandoned warehouse. If you go there at third watch, I think you'll find who you're looking for. Please just let me go.
Farda is gonna say, you can go to your maker, and shoots him.
All right. You know what? I won't even. This is not a combat encounter. This is a conversation endeavor. So
This isn't combat. This is murder.
this is. So yeah. Congratulations. The life drains out of his eyes as your arrow is embedded in his chest. And you guys got the information that you wanted, and no loose ends. Congratulations, everyone. Good job.
Yay team. Yay team.
Ooh, high fives all around. Should we go and get some like drinks now at the
Chowder.
local?
Yeah.
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 Chowder.
Chowder.
Drinks are on me. Chowder's on
Important either
Thailand.
way.
Yeah, that sounds good. Deal.
I'm on
Hey,
board.
another successful murder.
Another successful endeavor for the Shard of Opportunity.
When you run out of focus, you'll need time or a specialized ability to help you recover. You can recover your focus with a long rest or using your recovery die during a short rest. Running out of focus in combat is fairly straightforward. You either have resources to spend on abilities or you don't. Focus in conversations and endeavors is a bit more nebulous. In our previous example, we looked at how a game master can use focus as a means of an NPC resisting a player's influence. But what happens if the player runs out of focus? Unless it's bound to a move or a tactic, running out of focus can't force a player to stop talking or asking questions. It can be a good way of setting boundaries for a player to move on to another approach to the problem they are trying to solve. This is largely up to how the game master wants to run their game. At my table, we'll use running out of focus as an end to the line of thinking, but not a hard stop to the conversation. If a player runs out of focus, the NPC may become distracted or choose to try to get out of the situation, or otherwise distance themselves. It's also an opportunity to signal to other players at the table that it might be a good time to step in. Paths that favor willpower will have naturally high focus. Envoys and leaders in particular benefit from willpower, but it's also a consideration for warriors who want to have a more dynamic range in combat. Regardless of what path you take, taking some points into willpower will give you more flexibility in just about every part of the game. And that's focus. It's a complicated stat, and I think it's an area that even experienced tabletop players will have to adjust to as they get a feel for the Cosmere RPG. If you want more tips, guides, and resources for the Cosmere RPG, be sure to subscribe and visit investedinthecosmere.com. I will be posting more of these quick tips leading up to and after release